here with the stars and executive producer of Bates Motel. Welcome to Comic-Con, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, if you haven't seen season 4, what are you watching this video? I'm going into spoilers here, of course. How soon, Vera, did you know? Did you know going into this season that this would be the last time we'd be seeing Norma alive?
No. I refused to know what the plot points were for at least about 5 episodes, halfway into season 4, and then this pipsqueak would keep inferring that something big was happening, and I didn't find out until probably around episode 6, when Carrie had slipped it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, what can we expect from you, your character, going into the final season as far as your presence on the show?
I think Norma has been a lot of things, but the one thing she is not is unforgettable. I think she's going to be there in a very large capacity. I have no idea what that means.
She is. No, I mean,
but I'm told.
She looms large. I mean, she may not be alive, but that does not diminish her presence. I mean, particularly because, it was always our plan that the final season of the show, you'd be seeing our version of Norman Bates in his full-blown pathology. And at this point, his personality is very split. And so, we'll be seeing a lot of this through the point of view of Norman's mother.
And what is it like playing Norma through the lens of Norman?
I have no idea because I have not even begun to create that, but I'm looking forward to it. And again, Norma was so many different things. She was poetry for me, and you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to approach Mother in the same way.
Freddie, you got to write an episode this past season. What was it like to sort of become part of this? I mean, you're obviously part of a creative process on the acting side of it, but from the writing side as well, what was that experience like for you?
No, it was great. Thank you for allowing me, Carlton and Kerry, for letting me have that opportunity. I think it was always something that I'd wanted to do, and especially more and more on working on Bates Motel in between the seasons, you sort of felt a little, you missed the characters, you missed that world, and I wanted to be a part of it and try and contribute in some way that I could, so that it was being part of a continuous process of the show as opposed to having it sort of split up and being bitty.
Is that something you would see yourself wanting to do more going forward in other projects as well?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yes. in short.
Is there? You're obviously so close to the Norman character. You've been with him for so long. Is there a part of you, as we wrapped up season 4, where he's sort of created this illusional utopia for himself within his own house? You kind of be like, just leave him alone and let him. Everyone leave him alone, let him have this nice, dream world, so he could live a happy life. That's the only way he can at this point.
I guess now there is that. I think it'll be interesting to explore that this season, to what extent it is a happy family, which I don't think it can be endlessly so within the house, between Norma or Mother and Norman. No, it'll be interesting. But yeah, just leave him alone. He's all right.
Don't knock on the door. Everybody will be fine.
Exactly. As long as the outside world doesn't intrude, then things will that's for the best.
How does everyone here feel about going into the final season of this story? Revving up, but it's also sort of bittersweet at the same time.
I mean, it's sad because when you create an on-screen family, you also create an off-screen family, and I think, we're all really close to each other. In fact, this has been just such an ideal experience in terms of just the love that everyone shares who works on this show together. But, I think that the goal is to make the show great, and to make the show great, we needed to have a 5-year plan. It's a story with a beginning, middle, and end, and we needed to end it. And I don't think the show would be great if it was just open-ended. And we really need, and the audience, I think, wants to see how this story is going to end.
It genuinely doesn't feel like the end, though.
Okay.
I mean, everyone's like, it's just the last Comic-Con.
Honey, you keep thinking that, okay?
I know, the reality hit you at the end of last year. No, but it doesn't. It's like there's still so much left. Like, season 5 just seems like such a mammoth season, and so many new things are coming out of it that it's almost like the beginning of this
It's
The-
kind of
the-
its
we're at
own.
the
It's kind of a
start again,
reboot
yeah.
because obviously the paradigm has shifted with Norma having a different role this season, and Freddie has been in the writers' room this last week, so he's gotten a little taste of what we have in store, and it's really exciting. It's going to be, I think, a really, really terrific season
When do you guys start back into shooting?
in September.
In September. Now, from the outset of this series, I remember you saying things along the line of, this is not a show that is necessarily leading up to the opening of Psycho, of the movie.
Correct.
That's not always given to be the end point. But going into the final season, is there anything from that movie or anything from Hitchcock's vision that's coming into this final end game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going to cross paths with the Marion Crane character, and we will be intersecting certain events in the Psycho mythology, but definitely doing our own versions of them.
Now, is it possible that, I was bringing up happy ending ever after for Norman, that in this version maybe he sort of skirts on by, or is this a tragedy? So is this just sort of like a tale of neglect but love, from the outset?
What makes tragedy work is that you're hoping against hope that characters don't meet their inevitable fate.
Okay. What do you guys ever get a chance to take in Comic-Con when you're here, or do you?
This is
explore
about the
floor?
extent of it. I've never been so close up like this.
You have to walk the floor. We have to get you a mask, and then you can walk around on the floor, because that's
Norman Bates
wild.
mask.
It kind of scares me, to be honest.
It is overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's easier to. Hi, hello, hi.
Well, I can't wait for this fifth and final season, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
and
thank
you.
as always, keep it locked into IGN for all things Comic-Con.